Good evening, all of you. So today we are going to discuss about applications of dimensional formula or dimensional analysis. Applications of dimensional analysis. So already we discussed in previous class about how to derive dimensional formula for a physical quantity. Now we need to discuss applications for that one. So what are the different applications for that one? So let me revise that one. So here dimensional physical quantities can be divided into like this. Total four different types are there. One is nothing but so check it once. So here four types of we can divide physical quantities into four different types. Now first one, so dimensional variable, dimensional variables, dimensional variable. So in that term only answer is there, dimensional variable. So that means that may vary, that may vary. So dimensional variable and so what is meant by variable? Variable meaning ఏంటి? Variable meaning so vary అవుతా ఉంటది. So dimensional variable, so that is that physical quantity having dimensional formula and that is a variable. So dimensional variable means that physical quantity having dimensional formula and it is a variable. So that we can divide all physical quantities like this. In that one, first one is dimensional variables. What is meant by dimensional variable? So that is dimensional means that is having dimensional formula. Variable means so the value of that one may vary. So value of that one may vary. So what are the examples for that? What are the examples for that? So here what is the explanation for that? Dimensional variable has a dimensional formula and does not have any fixed value. Does not have any fixed value. So that is about a dimensional variable. So in that term only meaning is there. Dimensional variable. Dimensional variable means dimensional means that is having dimensional formula. So and so that is variable means that is not having any fixed value. Now what are the examples for that? What are the examples for that? Force, acceleration, velocity, like that. So force, it may take different values. So different values are there. So sometimes you may take it as 1 Newton, 10 Newton, 5 Newton, like that. Different values are there for force, velocity and acceleration also. These are not fixed values. So all these are comes under dimensional variables. Dimensional variables. Next one. Next, second type is a dimensionless variable. Second type is a dimensionless variable. What is meant by dimensionless variable? Dimensionless. What is meant by dimensionless? Dimensionless means that is not having any dimensional formula. Now variable means so that may be variable. So value of that one is not fixed. So that is variable. Dimensionless variable means so that is having variable value or that is not having any fixed value and that is a dimensionless. Dimensionless means there is no dimensional formula for that one. What are the examples for that? What are the examples for that? Dimensional variable means that has no dimensions and that does not have any fixed value. So examples are refractive index, plane angle. Refractive index. So refractive index that is denoted by small n in ray optics. So ray optics we are going to discuss. Refractive index has no dimensions and that does not have any fixed value. So that value also will changes. So can you give any other example? Coefficient of friction also there. That is also dimensionless. That is also not constant. So dimensionless variable means that has no dimensions. That does not have any fixed value. So these are the two conditions. Next one. Next one, dimensional constant. Dimensional constant. So dimensional constant means, check this one, dimensional means that has a dimension. Constant means that has a fixed value. So that has a fixed value. So if any physical quantity having dimension as well as a fixed value, then we can call it as a dimensional constant. If any physical quantity having a dimensional formula as well as a fixed value, then we can call that one as a dimensional constant. What are the examples for that? Can you give an example for that? Gravitational constant, universal gas constant, Planck constant are the example for a dimensional constants. Here values are fixed for gravitational constant, gas constant and Planck constant also values are fixed, and all these are having a dimensional formula. So these are having dimensional formula. So dimensional constant means that it has a dimension as well as a fixed value. Next one, dimensionless constant. Dimensionless constant that has no dimension, and constant means that has fixed value. So no dimension with a fixed value, that is comes under a dimensionless constant. Can you give example for that? So can you give example for that? So examples are just numbers, like numbers. So general numericals only 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. So these are dimensionless constants. Dimensionless constant. Check these four once again. Check these four quantities once again. So what is the first one? So all physical quantities can be divided into four types. So among those four, first one is a dimensional variable. First one is a dimensional variable. Dimensional variable. So dimensional means that has a dimensional formula. So that has dimension. Variable means the value of that one is not fixed. So those type of physical quantities comes under dimensional variables. What are the example for that one? Force, velocity, acceleration, etc. are the example for that one. Next one, dimensionless variable. Next one, dimensionless variable. So dimensionless means that has a no dimensional formula or no dimension. Next, variable means that has a no fixed value, that does not have any fixed value. So those type of variables, those type of physical quantities comes under dimensionless variables. What are the example for dimensionless variables? Refractive index, coefficient of friction, plane angle, like that. So all these are the example for dimensionless variables. Next one, third category, that is a dimensional constant. Dimensional constant. Dimensional constant means dimensional means that is having a dimensional formula. That is having a dimensional formula that has a dimension. Constant means that has fixed value. Constant means that has fixed value. So those type of variables or physical quantities comes under dimensionless constant. So what are they? Examples are gravitational constant, that is having dimensional formula and value of that one is fixed. How much is the value? 6.67 into 10 power minus 11. Now, next one, gas constant and Planck constants are also like that only. So those are having dimensional formula and value of that one is constant. Next category, dimensionless constant. Dimensionless means what is the meaning of dimensionless? That has no dimensional formula. That has no dimensional formula, and that is a constant. Value of that one is a constant and fixed. So these type of physical quantities are comes under dimensionless constants. So example, numbers. So these are the specifications. We can divide physical quantities on the basis of dimensions. On the basis of dimensions, we can divide physical quantities like this. 4 different categories are there based on dimensions. Next one. Now, go through this slide. So here, physical quantities, those are having same dimensional formula. Just go through this one. So here, distance, displacement, radius, light year, wavelength, radius of gyration, all are having same dimensional formula as a length L. So distance, displacement, radius, light year, wavelength, as well as radius of gyration, all these are having a same dimensional formula as a length. So if you know dimensional formula of each and every quantity in physics, then you can answer this one easily. Next. So speed, velocity or velocity of light having dimensional formula as L t power minus 1. Speed, velocity, velocity of light or speed of light having dimensional formula has a dimensional formula L t power minus 1. Next, acceleration, acceleration due to gravity, intensity of gravitational field, centripetal acceleration or centrifugal acceleration. All accelerations are has a dimensional formula L t power minus 2. So L t power minus 2 is the dimensional formula for accelerations. Next one, impulse and change in momentum. Impulse, change in momentum has a dimensional formula as m L t power minus 1. Similarly, force, weight, tension, thrust force, all are having dimensions as m L t power minus 2. Next. So many quantities are there. We can, if you know dimensional formula of each and every quantity, then we can discuss that one easily. So here, so many types are there, so many quantities are there. So just I am going to the next one. Principle of homogeneity. Next one is a principle of homogeneity. So what is meant by principle of homogeneity? For example, so in physics, if you are adding two quantities and you are getting a final value, just I want to add two quantities, two physical quantities. Just I wrote the equation as x equal to yz. Means if you add y and z, then you are getting x. Is it correct or not? Here, how am I writing? Just I am writing x as y plus z. Means if you add y and z, then you will get a x. So you are adding two quantities. Then, so according to principle of homogeneity, if you are adding any two quantities, means they should have same dimensions. You are adding y and z, na? These should have same dimensional formula. You are adding two quantities means those two should be having same dimensional formula. Or you are subtracting two quantities, then they should have same dimensional formula. That is the principle of homogeneity. So ante add cheyali ledante subtract cheyalante dimensional formula ela undali, same dimensional formula untene add cheyalam ledante subtract cheyalam. So dimensional formula వేరే ఉంటే subtract చేయలేం, అలాగే యాడ్ చేయలేం కూడా. Next, so next one, equal to symbol is there. So for example, if I write x equal to y, means dimensional formula of x is same as dimensional formula of y. So if you are adding or equating, then the dimensional formula should be same. So if you are adding or equating or subtracting any two quantities in physics, then what is the condition for that? They should have same dimensional formula. If you want to add, if you want to equate, or if you want to subtract one from the other one, then they should have same dimensional formula. That is the principle of homogeneity. So what is the principle of homogeneity? According to principle of homogeneity, if you want to add two physical quantities, they should possess same dimensional formula. They should have same dimensional formula. So if you want to subtract one quantity from other, then also they should have same dimensional formula. Next one, So if you want to equate two quantities, then they should have same dimensional formula. So these are the basic rules to add or subtract or equate any physical quantity. That is nothing but a principle of homogeneity. Now, next one. So uses of dimensional analysis. So here are the uses of a dimensional analysis. What are the uses of a dimensional analysis? What are the uses of a dimensional analysis? Go through the first one. What is the first use? Find a unit of a physical quantity in a given system of units. To find a unit of a physical quantity in a given system of units. Next one, second one, to find the dimensions of a physical constants or physical coefficients. Next, third use, to convert one system of units to other system. To convert one system of unit to other system. Next, fourth one, to check the correctness of an equation. To check the correctness of an equation that is based on a principle of homogeneity. Next one, to derive new relationship between physical quantities. So these are the 5 uses for a dimensional analysis. What is the first one? To find unit of a physical quantity. To find a unit of a physical quantity, we need to use a dimensional analysis. Next, to find the dimensions of a physical constant. Physical constant means that is like a Planck constant or universal gravitational constant. We need to use a dimensional analysis or dimensional formula only. Next one, to convert one system of unit to other system, we need to use the dimensional formulas. Next one, to check the correctness of the equation, we need to use a dimensional formulas. Next one, to derive new relationship between different physical quantities, we need to use a dimensional formula or analysis. These are the basic uses of dimensional analysis. So just go through this one once again. What is the first one? To find unit of physical quantity. Second one, to find dimensions of physical constant. Third one, to convert one system of unit to other system. Fourth one, to check the correctness of the given equation. Fifth one, to derive new relationship between different quantities. To derive new relationship between different quantities. Next, then we can go through the each and every use or each and every point. First point, what is the first point? To find a unit of a physical quantity. How you are going to find a unit of a physical quantity? So limitations, we'll go through that one after this explanation. Just go through the first one. What is the first use? To find a unit of a physical quantity in a given system of units. That is the first application, first use. So how we are going to identify physical quantity dimensional formula? Already I explained in previous session. So like this one, we can write dimensional formula for any quantity. Now, basic formula for work done or work is force into displacement. Work done basic formula is force into displacement. Now, what is the dimensional formula for force? Force dimensional formula is m L T power minus 2. That is the dimensional formula for force. Next, substitute dimensional formula for displacement. That is L. Now, if you rearrange this one, then you will get m L square T power minus 2. M L square T power minus 2 is the dimensional formula for work done. Dimensional formula for work done is m L square T power minus 2. Dimensional formula for work done is m L square T power minus 2 is the dimensional formula for work done. Now, so like this, we can solve for dimensional formula for each and every quantity in physics. So this process already I explained in previous session. So how you are going to derive a dimensional formula for a physical quantity? How you are going to write a dimensional formula for a physical quantity based on fundamental quantities? So this is the process. This is one example. So here, what is the first use? To find the unit of a physical quantity by using this dimensional analysis. So this is the formula. This is the dimensional formula for a physical quantity. From this one, we can write unit. For mass, kg. For length, meter. So SI unit is kg meter square by second square. So we can write a SI unit like this. So m represents mass. What is the SI unit for mass? Kg. L represents length. What is the SI unit for length? Meter. T represents time. What is the SI unit for time? Second. So kg meter square per second square. This is the SI unit for this quantity work done. Work done SI unit is kg meter square by second square. So like this we can write SI unit for each and every quantity in physics. This is the first application. Now, so can you give any other example? Can you write a dimensional formula for a force? Can you write a dimensional formula for force? Force, basic formula from Newton's second law is a mass into acceleration. Mass into acceleration. What is the dimensional formula for mass? Capital M. Acceleration dimensional formula L T power minus 2. Acceleration dimensional formula L T power minus 2. So this is the dimensional formula for a force. Now can you write the unit? SI unit for mass, SI unit is kg. For length, SI unit is meter. T power minus 2 is there. So by second square. Kg meter by second square is the SI unit for force. Other unit we are using, that is Newton. That is also SI unit for force. Or if you expand that Newton, then you will get this one. Kg meter square per kg meter per second square is the SI unit for a force. SI unit for force is a kg meter per second square. So is this clear? So this is the first application. What is the first application? To derive SI unit of a physical quantity, or to derive dimensional formula of a physical quantity, we need to use a dimensional analysis. Next, go through the second application. So what is the second application? Second application, to find dimensions of a physical quantities. Check previous slide. What is the second application? Second one, to find the dimensions of physical constants, that we need to discuss now. So what is the second application? To find the dimensions of a physical constant. Now, so an example is there. Just identify dimensions of gravitational constant. Identify dimensions of gravitational constant. Now, one example, just I am giving one example. Just identify dimensions of or unit of gravitational constant. So, gravitational constant or physical constant, this is a constant value. So, this is having this has a constant value, so that we can call it as gravitational constant. Now, so what is the formula or relation between force and gravitational constant? Force F equal to G m1 m2 by r square. Force F equal to G m1 m2 by r square. Force F equal to G m1 m2 by r square. So is the relation between gravitational force and gravitational constant. Now rearrange this equation for G. If you rearrange this equation for G, then you will get G as F into r square by m1 m2. F into r square by m1 m2. Now substitute a dimensional formula for each and every quantity. Now substitute a dimensional formula for each and every quantity. Now, so what is the dimensional formula for force? Can you substitute a dimensional formula for force? That is a m l t power minus 2. m l t power minus 2 is the dimensional formula for force. Next, r square, nothing but length. R is nothing but length only, so L square. Next, mass dimensional formula, capital M for M1, capital M for M2. Capital M for M1 and M2, M only the dimensional formula. For mass dimensional formula is M. Now rearrange this one. Then you will get here M is there. One M will cancel out. So you will get M power minus 1. Now just check L values. Here L square is there. Here L is there. So L and L square becomes L cube. Next, what about time? T power minus 2. M power minus 1. L cube T power minus 2 is the dimensional formula for a gravitational constant. This is the dimensional formula for a gravitational constant. Now can you write equation for can you write SI unit for this one? So we can write SI unit from this equation. From this equation also we can write SI unit. So what is the SI unit for force? Newton. SI unit for distance meter whole square, Newton meter square by SI unit of mass kg, Newton meter square by kg square is the SI unit. Or from this one, this is a meter cube by kg dot second square. This is also SI unit for a universal gravitational constant. So either this one or this one we can use it as a SI unit. From equation, from this basic equation, we can write SI unit like this. That is for force Newton, for distance meter, for mass kg. So Newton meter square by kg square is the SI unit for G. Or from dimensional formula also we can write for L cube meter cube M power minus 1. So we need to write kg in denominator, T power minus 2. So we need to write second whole square in denominator. So other unit is M cube by kg dot second square. That is the SI unit of that is also one SI unit of universal gravitational constant. So this one or this one are the SI units of universal gravitational constants. That is from this is from this is from dimensional analysis. We wrote this SI unit. This is from basic formula. So either from basic formula or from dimensional formula we can write SI unit. This is the conclusion. Next, so go through the other example. Next, can you write a dimensional formula for Planck constant? This is also comes under which quantity? This is also comes under physical constant. This is also called a physical constant. Planck constant also physical constant. Now, can you derive a dimensional formula for a physical constant that is a Planck constant? Now, what is the basic formula, basic relation in terms of Planck constant? So from famous Einstein rule, so energy E equal to h nu. E equal to h nu. Now in this one, E is nothing but energy, nu is a frequency, this is a energy. This one is a frequency. This one is a frequency. So energy and frequency. Now h is a Planck constant. So h is nothing but a Planck constant. H is the Planck constant. Now rearrange this equation for Planck constant. That is h equal to E by nu. E by nu. Nu is nothing but frequency. Frequency is nothing but 1 by time period. Frequency can be written as 1 by time period. So what is the value of frequency? Frequency equal to 1 by time period. Reciprocal of the time period is nothing but a frequency. Now, so substitute dimensional formula in this equation. What is the dimensional formula for energy? M L square T power minus 2 is the dimensional formula for energy. M L square T power minus 2 is the dimensional formula for energy. Next, frequency, that is 1 by time period or time period inverse. So substitute frequency dimensional formula as T power minus 1. As T power minus 1. Then if you rearrange this one, then you will get M L square T power minus 1 is the dimensional formula for Planck constant. Dimensional formula for Planck constant is M L square T power minus 1. M L square T power minus 1 is the dimensional formula for Planck constant. This is the dimensional formula for Planck constant. So these are the examples how to derive a dimensional formula for a physical constant like Planck constant and universal gravitational constant. Now, what is the SI unit for this one? Planck constant SI unit is we can write SI unit from this equation. What is the SI unit from this equation? Joule dot second. Or from this one, kg per mass, kg per distance, meter, so meter square by second. Kg meter square by second is the SI unit for Planck constant. Or from this equation, joule second is the SI unit for a Planck constant. Either this one or the SI units for a Planck constant. So SI unit రాయడానికి ఇది ఒక ప్రాసెస్. ఎలా రాస్తాం SI unit అంటే అయితే ఈక్వేషన్ నుంచి రాయొచ్చు, లేదంటే డైమెన్షన్ ఫార్ములా నుంచి రాయొచ్చు. రెండు కరెక్టే. సో ఏదైనా వాడొచ్చు ఈక్వేషన్. సో దీస్ టూ ఆర్ కరెక్ట్ ఓన్లీ. Both are correct. So this is the second example. Is this clear? Second application, for second application, two examples we discussed. Next one, third application. Third one. What is the third application? To convert one system of unit to other system. We can use a dimensional analysis to convert one system of unit to other system. To convert one system of unit to other system, we can use a dimensional analysis. Now, so in this one, just assume that so physical quantity x having dimensional formula some m power a, l power b, p power c. Similarly, we need to convert that one from one unit to other unit. So we need to use the notation that is n1 u1 equal to n2 u2. To convert one system of unit to other system, what is the formula we need to use? Number into unit equal to number into unit. This is in first case, this is in second case. So this is in one system, this is in other system. So number in one system into unit in one system equal to number in second system into unit in second system. To convert one system of unit to other system of unit, you need to use that equation. Now, so just let me explain with one example. That is just convert 1 Newton into dyne. Convert 1 Newton into dyne. Now, so here what is the relation? N1 U1. N1 U1 equal to N2 U2. What is the relation? N1 U1 equal to N2 U2. Use that relation. So N1 is how much? We need to convert 1 Newton into dyne. So the N1 is 1 Newton. So unit is Newton. Next, second N2 we need to calculate that is in dynes. That is in dynes. Now from this one N2 can be written as N2 equal to 1 Newton by dyne. Now can you expand 1 Newton? Or can you expand 1 Newton? 1 Newton means can you write dimensional formula for force? dimensional formula for force. This is the SI unit of force, na? That is M L T power minus 2. That is the dimensional formula for force. Now from that one, can you write a unit? What is the dimensional formula for force? M L T power minus 2 is the dimensional formula for force. So we can write that one in terms of SI unit kg meter by second square. Same we can write that SI unit that dimensional formula. From this dimensional formula we can write dynes also. That is a gram centimeter per second square. How I am writing this one? That is from a dimensional formula. So just I substitute these values in SI unit, then you will get kg meter per second square. Next, if I substitute values in terms of CGS units, then gram centimeter per second square. Now, so divide this one, separate this one. This is kg by gram. Next, meter by centimeter. Next, second square by second square. So kg by gram. 1 kg equal to how many grams? 1 kg equal to how many grams? 1000 grams, na? 10 power 3 grams by gram. Next, 1 meter is 100 centimeter. So 10 square centimeter by centimeter. So second square, this is also second square. No need to convert. Here, two different units are there, so that we need to convert either one. So I want to convert kg into grams. I want to convert meter into centimeter. Next, here second square, this is also second square, so that no need to convert that one. Now, so if you cancel gram, gram, centimeter, centimeter, second, second, then how much you will get? 10 power 5. Then you will get a 10 power 5. So 1 Newton is, if you substitute this 10 power 5 here, then 1 Newton equal to how many dynes? 1 Newton equal to how many dynes? 10 power 5 dynes. 1 Newton equal to how many dynes? 10 power 5 dynes. This is the process to convert one system of unit to other system. So what is the basic equation here? N1 U1 equal to N2 U2. N1 U1 equal to N2 U2. From that one we need to convert. Now rearrange this one for N2. Then you will get so number into unit or 1 Newton. Just I substituted these values. N1 is 1. He gave Newton only. So unit is Newton. Next we need to calculate N2. Unit is dyne. So I substituted dyne. Rearrange this equation for N2. Then you will get 1 Newton by dyne. Then you will get 1 Newton by dyne. Next one. So substitute, expand this Newton. Write down Newton in terms of SI units kg meter per second square. Write down dynes in terms of CGS units. So that is a gram centimeter per second square. Separate this one. Kg by gram. Next, meter by centimeter. Second square by second square. So kg is nothing but 10 power 3 grams. And meter is nothing but 10 power 2 centimeter. And second, no need to convert. Here, if you cancel similar term, then you will get N2 as 10 power 5. You will get N2 as 10 power 5. Now, substitute that one here, then you will get what is 1 Newton? 1 Newton equal to 10 power 5 dynes. We can write like that. 1 Newton as 10 power 5 dynes. So this is the explanation, or this is the process to convert one system of unit to other system. Next one. Next example. Next application, dimensional analysis. Next application is to check correctness of a physical quantity or equation. So what is the other use of dimensional formula or analysis? To check correctness of a physical equation or equation in physics. To check correctness of the equation, we need to use dimensional analysis. Third application. Next application. To check correctness of the physical equation, we need to use a dimensional analysis. Go through the previous one. Is there or not? Check that one. First one we discussed or not? First one, to find unit of a physical quantity. Second one, to find dimensions of physical constants. Third one, to convert one system to other system. We discussed it with example. Next one, to check the correctness of the given equation. We need to discuss the fourth one. So go through this one. Go through the next slide. This one. So here, to check the correctness of an equation, we need to use dimension analysis. To check the correctness of an equation, we need to use a dimension analysis. Now, go through that one with example. Just consider force is given as mv square by r square. Force is given as mv square by r square. So check whether it is dimensionally correct or not. Check whether it is dimensionally correct or not. So any equation in physics should be dimensionally correct. So అంటే ఫిజిక్స్ లో ఉన్న ఈక్వేషన్స్ అన్ని ఎలా ఉంటాయి, డైమెన్షనల్ గా కరెక్ట్ గా ఉంటేనే అప్రూవ్ అవుతుంది ఈక్వేషన్ కరెక్ట్ అని, లేదంటే అప్రూవ్ చేయదు. సో ఈక్వేషన్స్ లో మనం ఈక్వేషన్ వాడే ఫిజిక్స్ లో వాడే ఈక్వేషన్స్ అన్ని డైమెన్షనల్ గా కరెక్ట్ గా ఉండాల్సిందే ఉంటాయి. సో ఏదైనా ఒక ఫార్ములా రాసాం, F ఈక్వల్ టు ma, న్యూటన్ సెకండ్ లా ఫార్ములా రాసాం. సో దట్ షుడ్ బి డైమెన్షనల్ కరెక్ట్. సో కరెక్ట్ గానే ఉంటుంది, డైమెన్షనల్ గా కరెక్ట్ గా ఉంటుంది. Now, so here one example is given as force equal to mv square by r square. Now check whether it is dimensionally correct or not. So what we have to do? If the question is given like that, what we have to do? Now, what is the process for this one? Process is substitute, take LHS, left hand side quantity, and substitute dimensional formula of each and every quantity in that left hand side of the equation. Next, take right hand side of the equation and substitute dimensional formula of each and every quantity. If LHS equal to RHS, then we can conclude that this equation is dimensionally correct. Otherwise, that equation is dimensionally wrong. So let me check that one. What is the given equation? What is the equation given? F equal to mv square by r square is the given equation. Is it correct or not? Check it once. What is the given equation? F equal to mv square by r square. Now, so take LHS. Left hand side quantities. What is LHS there? Force F. What is the dimensional formula for force? What is the dimensional formula for force? That is m l t power minus 2. M l t power minus 2 is the dimensional formula for force. Next, take RHS, right hand side of the equation. Right hand side. So what is the right hand side equation? Mv square by r square. Substitute a dimensional formula for each and every quantity. For mass, m represents mass, v represents velocity, r represents distance. Now for mass, what is the dimensional formula? M. For velocity, dimensional formula l t power minus 1. Square is there, na? You have to put whole square. Next, distance dimensional formula L. Here square is there, so put square. Then you will get m L square t power minus 2 by L square. Can I expand like that? Here L t power minus 1 whole square is there. So L square and t power minus 1 whole square means t power minus 2. Now cancel L square. Then you will get m t power minus 2. M t power minus 2 is the dimensional formula for right hand side quantity. Left hand side quantity is how much? M L t power minus 2. So we can conclude that LHS dimensional formula is not equal to RHS dimensional formula. Can I write like that? Because left hand side dimensional formula is how much? M L t power minus 2. Right hand side dimensional formula is how much? M t power minus 2 only. So that left hand side dimensional formula is not same as right hand side dimensional formula, so that we can conclude like this: LHS is not equal to RHS. So this is not valid. This equation is not valid in physics. So in physics, equation should be valid means that should have same dimensional formula in LHS and RHS also. So this is physically wrong. That is the conclusion. So what is the conclusion? In the above equation, both sides are not same, so that this formula is not correct dimensionally, so can never be physically correct. So the formula is not correct physically. Dimensionally wrong means that is wrong in physics also. So physics lo wrong ani cheppalante em cheyali? Dimensional ga wrong aithe physics lo aa formula valid avadu. So asalu physics lo aa formula teeskokodu. So if any physical quantity or any equation is wrong according to the dimensional analysis, then that is not acceptable in physics. So here also mv square by r square is the wrong equation. What is the correct equation for centripetal force? F equal to mv square by r. This is the correct equation. Here r square is there, so it is wrong. So similar to this equation, centripetal force formula is there, mv square by r only, not r square. So here r square is there, so that it is not correct, dimensionally wrong as well as physically wrong. This is the other example. Then go through the next one. Next example. Check the correctness of this equation. Check the correctness of the equation. S equal to ut minus half AD square. Check the correctness of this equation. S equal to ut minus half AD square. S equal to ut minus half AD square. Check the correctness of this equation. Now, what is the first process? What is the basic process? Take LHS and substitute each and every quantity dimensional formula. Next, take RHS, substitute each and every quantity dimensional formula. Then check whether they are equal or not. If they are equal, then the equation is dimensionally correct. If they are not equal, then the equation is dimensionally wrong and physically wrong. Now, so take LHS. So what is given equation? What is the given equation? S equal to ut minus half AT square. So here negative sign is there. That means we are subtracting. If you are going to subtract, then these should have same dimensional formula. అంటే మనం యాడ్ చేయాలన్నా సబ్ట్రాక్ట్ చేయాలన్నా ఆ రెండు కూడా సేమ్ డైమెన్షనల్ ఫార్ములా ఉండాలి. అంటే డైమెన్షన్ అనాలిసిస్ లో సో ut డైమెన్షనల్ ఫార్ములా అండ్ హాఫ్ AT స్క్వేర్ డైమెన్షనల్ ఫార్ములా సేమ్ గా ఉండాలి. నెక్స్ట్ ut డైమెన్షనల్ ఫార్ములా అండ్ s డైమెన్షనల్ ఫార్ములా సేమ్ గా ఉండాలి. నెక్స్ట్ హాఫ్ AT స్క్వేర్ డైమెన్షనల్ ఫార్ములా అండ్ s డైమెన్షనల్ ఫార్ములా సేమ్ గా ఉండాలి. సో ఆల్రెడీ ప్రిన్సిపల్ ఆఫ్ హోమోజెనిటీ నుంచి మనం నేర్చుకున్నది ఏంటి? ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు యాడ్ ఆర్ సబ్ట్రాక్ట్ ఎనీ ఫిజికల్ క్వాంటిటీస్ దెన్ దే షుడ్ హ్యావ్ సేమ్ డైమెన్షన్ ఫార్ములా. ఇక్కడ సబ్ట్రాక్షన్ ఉంది, అందుకని ఆ రెండు సేమ్ డైమెన్షనల్ ఫార్ములా ఉండాలి. నెక్స్ట్ వన్, సో నెక్స్ట్ ఈక్వేషన్ ఈక్వేట్ చేస్తున్నాం మనం. సో ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు ఈక్వేట్ ఎనీ క్వాంటిటీస్ దెన్ ఆల్సో దే షుడ్ హ్యావ్ సేమ్ డైమెన్షనల్ ఫార్ములా. సో అందుకని s and ut should be having same dimensional formula. Next, you are equating s with this one, so s and half AT square should be having same dimensional formula. So ఈ మూడు కండిషన్లు సాటిస్ఫై అవ్వాలి. ఈ మూడు కండిషన్లు సాటిస్ఫై అయితే we can conclude that this equation is physically correct. Then we can conclude that that equation is physically correct. So take LHS first, left hand side. Left hand side, what is the quantity given? Only s. What is the dimensional formula? L. So left hand side completed. Left hand side s is nothing but distance only, so s and it is L. Next one, right hand side. What is the equation in right hand side? ut minus half AT square. So dimensional formula for u is nothing but velocity, a is nothing but acceleration. Dimensional formula for velocity, L T power minus 1. Dimensional formula for time P minus constants having no dimensional formula, and acceleration dimensional formula L T power minus 2. T square dimensional formula T square only. Now check it once. T power minus 1 T. So L minus T square T power minus 2 will get cancelled out. Then L. So L minus L. So don't cancel this one in dimensional analysis. L only. If you get L minus L or L plus L, then you have to write L only. So don't add or subtract directly. So same dimensional formula is there, so that we can write dimensional formula like this also. Now what is the value of RHS? RHS value is how much? L. LHS value is how much? L. So LHS is equal to RHS. Na? What is the conclusion? RHS is equal to LHS. So that this equation is dimensionally correct. The given equation is dimensionally correct. So here LHS equal to RHS. Na? So that we can conclude that this equation is dimensionally correct. So this is the process to check given equation is dimensionally correct or not. So this is a process to check whether the given equation is dimensionally correct or not. So if it is satisfying LHS equal to RHS, then that is dimensionally correct. Otherwise, dimensionally wrong. If any equation is dimensionally wrong, then that is wrong physically also. And physics lo kuda adi equation pancheyadu. So physics lo work cheyalante ante physics lo valid equation ela undali? That should be dimensionally correct. Is this clear? So remaining topic we can discuss in next class.